a lot of uncertainty that what's going to happen, right? But for uncertainty, you need to understand that what happened when this uncertainty existed in the past. So we are looking at historical data and we're trying to come up with a conclusion that every time this happened, every time a recession hit, how did real estate perform? How did stock market perform? How did the overall economy perform? What happened?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Welcome back to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm Kristen, and I'm here with Karan Shah, who is a real estate entrepreneur. He's the owner of 3 different businesses. He's involved in property solutions, raising capital, and property management as well. So we have a lot to get into. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
So you've been able to do a lot, within the real estate industry. I'd love to talk about what got you started in the first place.
I was looking for something that is more tangible, something that I can feel that I can build and feel proud about it after many years. So I was looking for different businesses, and real estate kind of hit me certain extent because a lot of rich people are into real estate, and I have seen in my family and people I know who have been heavily investing in real estate, and that has been a boon during the time of inflation, during the time of uncertainty. So that's where I kind of landed into like, okay, let's see how can this be done. There are not any major restrictions of who can buy, who can sell, and things like that, versus there are some qualifications that needed, versus this one is you learn stuff and you can just do by yourself. So there are some of the low hurdles, and with efforts you can learn whatever it needs to be done, and that's why I got into real estate.
Amazing. I mean, I think that's a really good perspective on it. It's something that a lot of people can get started with. You just really need to learn the information. How did you go about acquiring that knowledge?
So one of our businesses redevelopment. So actually took a course which really teaches you how to do it, because I am originally not from this country. I came from another country, so I didn't know how construction works here. So I deeply believe in education. I have got MBA in finance, and I've done mechanical engineering before that. So education has been important to me always. So I knew this is something new to me. So I really want to get into it. So I did a course that teaches how every single thing works in the construction business. And this one is more for single family renovation projects, redevelopment projects. So we took a course, me and my wife, we spent like probably 6 months to do the whole education, and then another year to actually find our first deal. But that's when the ball started rolling. And then within a year, we did like 3 deals, and then just things keep happening. We found a good team, and that networking opportunity that we got by joining that course actually allowed us to get things moving faster, because wherever we got stuck, we had other people who had gone through that problem. So things like that kind of just keeps rolling, and one after the other things worked out, and that's how we ended up being in multiple businesses doing different types of work, all related to real estate.
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
That's amazing. I'd love for you to talk more about building a network because I think that is really important starting out, having people that can help you take that next step in your business.
Yes, absolutely. So when we started, for example, we look for contractors, we look for attorneys, we look for all these different people. You need a team of people to actually do any kind of transactions, and it sounds overwhelming because okay, I need to find a contractor, I need to do this, I need to do that. So even after you have the education, you still need those people to do the work. And how do you find them, and how do you vet them? And you are like new in the business, so you want to go with somebody who has been already tested and things like that. So it was much more easier when you're part of a network. Hey, I used this guy last job, it worked well, check it out if you think it's a good guy to work with, right? So that kind of helped there. Real estate agents, contractors, all that thing, just by the network you're able to do that. And at the same pace, there were other new investors who were looking for contacts. And yesterday only somebody reached out, do you have a good painter? Like, yeah, sure, go ahead, use this guy, I would highly recommend him. So things like that really helps you to keep ball rolling. If you're stuck somewhere, there is somebody who has already resolved that issue before, and they can guide you of how you should go around doing that. So I have seen everything. I want to court for deposit given to contractors, work not getting done, going into court for tenants not paying rents, and all different reasons. So everything was first time, but you just have a network of people whom you can reach out and say, okay, what should I do? And they are able to really guide you, and you can feel a little more confident that, okay, I should be able to deal with it.
Absolutely. I mean, it's great having people that have done it and there's proof that it can be done because I think it's a really scary industry. You're dealing with money, your money, other people's money, and there's a lot of risk there. Even the safest routes have risk. So I think it's really important to do that. Talk more about kind of what area you focused on in the beginning and how you were able to expand into other areas.
Sure. So first we started with this redevelopment. As I said, I took that course, and that was me and my wife, and then like that's how we started, right? And I did like few properties, and then we realized that the money is made only while we are working, and it's a lot of stressful work to actually execute those projects, getting the finished product that the customer like, buying, selling. Lot of efforts goes in, and
Right.
that's when we realized. And then I realized that okay, there is multifamily which I can do the same thing, but it can really exponentially give you returns over a longer period of time. So that's when like we realized that, and then we realized the second phase of it. Okay, this is what we can do as well. So whatever capital we made from the renovation projects, we would buy a multifamily, and that's how we ended up buying a lot of multifamilies, and that's how I got experience with smaller multifamilies. And then as did that, I realized that the valuation of smaller multifamilies is based on the value that was sold nearby, not based on NOI. And that's when large multifamilies came into the play. And that's like, this is mind blowing. Like, this is where the money is made, and this is how whatever I'm doing, I can continue doing it and still be more efficient with my time and in terms of my return over investment and stuff like that. So that's how I kind of gradually drifted towards this. And that's when I talk to somebody who wants to get into real estate, I'm like, oh, don't waste your time doing all these three things. Get into this. And that's how partner with somebody who knows it. And then you can get there faster. That's the thing. You don't know what you don't know. And as you keep doing it, you realize this is how it should have been done.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency, it's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Totally. I mean, I think, yeah, that's the thing that everybody learns where, you think you're going down the wrong path. It's hard to learn unless you've done it and can learn from it, in the moment. So talk about, you've kind of honed into which properties and which types of investments that you feel like work best for you. Talk about the property management side. When did you realize that there's an opportunity there?
So we were trying to deal with different property management companies, and I was not really satisfied with the way the work was done.
Yeah.
And that's why I thought that, anyways, growing the business, let me hire a couple of people and see how it goes. I won't say it went smoothly the first time, but you learn stuff as you hire people, you figure out things. And as I said, I got MBA degree, so I know how a business should be run, systems, process, and people, and how you build each one of them. And then we created all those things, and that's how we were able to really run the business very efficiently and able to get a better return for our investment. Since we are in a tough market, New Jersey, relative to other markets, so your property values are so high. So getting returns out of that for my investors was hard if I just give it to outsource it to completely to a property management company. So we were trying to keep our costs down, and at the same time, we were able to get a better quality because we're able to provide better services. We are on top of things, making sure tenants are happy, they are renewing the lease, and things like that. So it just we just wanted to learn stuff so that we can grow faster and optimize and maximize our return for our investors who are investing with us on those deals.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think that that's a really interesting pivot. And I mean, there's definitely a need for better property management out there for sure. What are some of the things with your company that you really pride yourself on?
It all started with, I guess, me and my wife, but now we both are busy with we have our jobs as well. So I work for a private equity firm. So I'm busy there. On top of it, I'm running multiple businesses. I have a team of contractors, team of people I trust and able to grow the business. So that's what I'm proud about, that from nothing, we were able to build something that is going to last for a pretty long time. And it's going to amount of satisfaction we see from the investors who are investing us, from the people who are renting from us, from the people who are getting the houses once they're built, are so happy to see the final product. It just makes you feel proud about everything you do to make people's life better.
Yeah.
So we got investors who've been investing for so long, and he's like, this is great way of investing with not any headaches and things like that, and they're just happy with the returns they're able to generate. It's just a win-win for everybody. That's what keeps me excited.
Yeah, that's amazing. I mean, it's really impressive that you're able to juggle all of these things in a full-time job as well. And then talk about kind of raising capital and that whole side of it and building that business up.
Yep. So I had started with friends and family, I guess, as you get started. But then friends were interested, and it just started growing, right? Everybody's referring me to different people who are interested. Somebody interested into real estate, and that's why they want to invest with me and learn some stuff. And I'm happy to do that. Some people are like, just take the money, do whatever you want to do, just give me money back with a decent return, and that makes them happy. So I've got friends who were with me in my engineering college who are investing with me, and I got friends who I never met, and they're like, hey, this is exciting, how can I be part of it? But now as we are growing, we are doing different things. I have got an Instagram channel where we share our projects of what development we are doing, what are the upcoming projects, and then we have YouTube channel, we have Facebook, LinkedIn, all those different platforms where we are trying to reach out to more people, educating them about real estate. We started doing webinars. So right now we are doing a monthly webinar, educating people about what's going on. Like my next webinar is in next week on Tuesday, when we are discussing how to invest during uncertainty that is existing right now. With all this uncertainty, how do you invest? So there are some people who have all these questions, and then they are not able to find the answer. So we are able to educate them. We are not going to talk about any specific deal. We're just going to talk about markets, what's happening, how that can help them, and how they can take decisions of investing in during this time when everything sounds uncertain, but there is always a trend. So we're going to talk about how trends we can looking at historically, and how that could be used to make future decisions. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
doing a lot of different things there to educate people.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Definitely. I'd love for you to kind of dive more into that because I do think there's a lot of information being thrown around, and I think people are very scared to enter the market right now. I would love to just hear your perspective in general about where we're at.
Yeah, sure. So overall, there is definitely a lot of uncertainty that what's going to happen, right? But for uncertainty, you need to understand that what happened when this uncertainty existed in the past. So we are looking at historical data and we're trying to come up with a conclusion that every time this happened, every time a recession hit, how did real estate perform? How did stock market perform? How did the overall economy perform? What happened? So basically, we are learning from our past to a certain extent, and then we are using some data points to say, okay, based on what data we have right now, what do we expect the near future going to look like? So instead of thinking there's an uncertainty, but if you try to trend the uncertainty, you can see a pattern, and then that's what we're recognizing, saying, okay, this is the pattern. Every time you see that uncertainty, this is what happens. So this is what we think is going to be happening in the near future. So we're using data and we are using historical information and all those things to come up with a holistic view of what we think is future going to look like. So that's kind of the high level details about the webinar we're going to do next week.
Yeah, amazing. And then I'd love for you to talk about, people who are interested in passively being involved in real estate, similar to or, relating to your fund. Can you just talk about the stability of real estate and how it's good as an asset class? I'm sure people are kind of looking at the stock market and seeing if it's a good bet for them to diversify their money. If you could just talk about that in general.
Sure. So there are two portions, right? We have uh, different opportunities to invest, but basically, if you're investing as a debt, right? So now, how does that debt sit in the stack of all the different investment opportunities that are there, right? So there is some portion of investors who want more certainty, and that's where debt comes into play and say, okay, what do you think? If you feel too much risk, okay, why don't you invest in debt investment? That is going to definitely give you better than what stock market is going to give you. I mean, risk adjusted return that you're going to get out of stock market versus here, because that way you can be a little more certain of this is how the return is going to get generated. And then it's backed by a real estate asset itself, instead of, you don't know, something happens tomorrow, somebody says something, the stock market goes down, goes up. If you don't want that volatility, there's that option. If you want to invest in equity, you can do some calculated understanding of where the market is trending. What do you expect 5 years from now? Where do you expect things are trending? And then you can look at that data and then take some calculated risk. Some of our investors like to put the funds in both of them. They want to do a little bit of debt so they get a consistent cash flow, and then they want to do some equity, which is for the growth purposes. And another thing we do is we try to assign some goals with the funds that are investing instead of just investment. So that way they can say, okay, 5 years down the line, I can use this capital for that. And then we say, okay, 10 years down the line, we would do something like that with your funds. So that way we are able to make them feel a little more comfortable that, okay, this is how you should invest, instead of just thinking everything is risky and just not doing nothing. Because a lot of people end up putting their funds in bank accounts where they feel safe, but then they're getting eaten away by the inflation that we are happening right now.
I mean, that's such good information. I think that's going to help a lot of people who are kind of maybe confused or not really know where to put their money. So, you've given a lot of good advice on multiple areas of the market. I would love for you to talk about maybe something that you wish you learned earlier in your career that you can share with people now.
Sure. So, as I'm talking about multifamily, right? I started doing it in New Jersey, and a lot of my friends are like now thinking of starting it in New Jersey, and that's what I advise them. Guys, don't do it in New Jersey. There are better places where your rent to property value ratios are different, and you can better cash flow. End of the day, you want to have a passive income with less headaches, because the laws are not that favorable in New Jersey for tenants. I've gone through the court process. I have gone through all those pains. And that's why a lot of times my is like, no, I want to buy something next to my house and do it this way. I'm like, yeah, sure, you can do it. But let me tell you the pros and cons. Pros are your returns are not going to be as good, as there is more risk involved if the tenant doesn't pay. There's all that factors, versus if you invest somewhere else, you can have somebody else have the headaches, and you can still get equal or better returns than you could have get by doing yourself. So I try to advise them that it's not always best to do everything by yourself and learn and get through the whole thing to learn stuff, learn from other people's mistake. So that's why some of my friends trust me and they're like, okay, let's do it that way and see how it works out. So that's one of the advice that I give people is like, it doesn't mean that you just invest in your backyard, because that's not the best place to invest. You invest where it makes sense. You need to learn a little bit, but at the same time, that is going to give you 5 times better return than just doing what everybody else is doing and just following somebody your neighbor is doing and just buying a house and just renting it out.
I think that's a really good point, because I think a lot of people starting out don't even realize that they don't think it through, where it's like, oh yeah, I don't have to invest where I live. I can do remote investing. I can do investing in a neighboring county. And I also think that when we're talking about a good market, bad market, there's pockets of good markets everywhere. There's pockets of bad markets everywhere. So, I mean, it's really good advice, I think.
Instead of just learning yourself, work with some expert who has been doing it for some time, and then talk to a few of the experts, and then you can see, okay, is there a common trend that everybody's talking about? Then you get it, okay, makes sense, I guess, versus just going with your gut instinct, which a lot of people do, is not the best thing to do.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Well, wonderful. I think you've given really good practical information for people. Tell everyone where to find you.
So yeah, we have a Instagram page where we share all the deals we're working on and a lot of information of our current properties and current projects that we're doing. So Value Plus Capital is the name of our company, where we discuss about, where we educate people and we provide information of some of the things that is happening in our life. So definitely look us up on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. We also have a Facebook group as well as a LinkedIn group where a lot of busy professionals can come and find us, and we talk about what's going on in the market. And we also do webinars. So if you want to be part of our webinar, you can go to our website, valuepluscapital.com, and then you'll be able to find the next webinar information. So that will be where you can find us.
I mean, that I definitely encourage everyone to check that out. The webinars are such a good way to learn. So thank you so much for being here, Karan.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy
And
to be here.
yeah, thank you everyone for listening. I hope you learned a lot and got some inspiration for your own business. And, to learn even more, check out those webinars, check out his website, because I think that there's a lot of value there. So thank you for listening, and we'll see you back next time.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.